Hello gamers around the world, you are here with your GBHL channel host GBHL James
and GBHL Jamie. It's time for the unboxing of the Twirlie-Whirly.
There we go, special effects then. Yeah. I did not do that myself. So it is the Twirlie-Whirly, or as it is properly known as the Iron Hills Dwarves Ballista, or as Stephen Crow would like to say, Ballista.
I know, right?
Ballista. For those of you who don't get that, that was a quiz question.
So you talk, I'm getting rules in my head.
Absolutely. So call Steve, GBHL Steve has kindly sent over the rules because they were given out in advance. If you've not already gone to go and watch the GBHL Damien and Flame of Shadow and Flame unboxing of Dane, make sure you go and do that and check that video out. If you've not already checked out the Iron Hills Warriors unboxing, I mean, what phenomenal models. And I think having seen both of those sculpts, I'm very, very excited to see the Ballista. Now, we mentioned in the Iron Hills Dwarves unboxing that I had no idea how to price this. Absolutely no idea how to price this when trying to figure it out. I looked at the size of the model, it looks quite big.
So I just read the rules.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty strong. No idea how to price it in terms of buying.
No,
£50, it seems like a quite chunky bit of kit. Seems like you're getting quite a lot, and what we'll do is after we've shown you exactly what's going on in the kit, so you know what you're getting when you buy it, we'll talk about these rules and see whether you're going to see a few of these in your Iron Hills Dwarves army. Here we go, it's our Ballista, Iron Hills Ballista, so let's have a little bit of a look. As before with the Iron Hills Warriors, it doesn't come in the fancy box, but it's still pretty fancy, it's still pretty nice.
Cool.
It's still very, very cool. It's just lovely to see some new miniatures after we thought that we weren't going to get any. So let's see what we've got in here. So it's the Iron Hills Ballista, let's look at the artwork. Absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. A little bit of a different design in terms of the paint job of these guys. They look like they've got some kind of, you know, sapper, engineer.
Yeah, the engineer core or something.
Absolutely, yeah. So something to distinguish them from the normal Iron Hills Dwarves. I love the picture. Who was it who put it up of the Dwarves on their own with no Ballista? And they put a meme like when you walk into the club and see your friends, because they've all got their hands up like, hey, all right, mate. So yeah, that's that. And as we come around here, this is our assembly guide, which looks pretty thorough, I have to say. For a second I thought that was instructing you to green screen your own bits, but no. That's telling you exactly what to do. And I think with something like this you're going to need a bit of guidance.
Yes, and if we want to bring this back in, there are, just on first opening, oh, there it is. There we go. Lots of pieces.
Absolutely lots of pieces. So we'll have a little bit of a look. As we said before. As we said before with the Iron Hills Dwarves, you're going to have to give this a good wash. It's still got a lot of the releasing agent, but this material is just far superior to the Feiengast.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like hard plastic. That is dense. It's not going to bend or warp easily, which is great. And you've got all kinds of bits here. Let's look at some of the more delicate bits.
Yeah.
You know, going to be little bits of flash.
You'll always get it with resin, it's unavoidable.
It's unavoidable, but I think they're going to clean up quite nicely. Those are the chains. I think it's a bit hard to imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine the cap put together.
It's almost like you're making it for real.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of level of detail that we're looking at here as you go through it. These are, of course, the big spooky bits. And the fire with.
Whenever I see that kind of stuff now, like that piece in particular, just reminds me of Colossus from Guild Ball.
Well, funnily enough, I was about to say the Wild Wild West.
Yes, yeah.
It's definitely where he's from. The Spider-Man. So yeah, there's some really cool bits in here. It's just a really good, solid feel. It's got a bit of weight to it for resin as well. But I think that probably the most interesting things to look at, unless you're doing an assembly, which you might do down the line, is actually the dwarves themselves, and let's compare them to the Iron Hills Dwarves.
Just as cool as the Iron Hill Dwarves.
Oh, look at the detail. Yeah. Hey!
Hello!
Hey!
I can see what they mean now, yeah.
Muchacho!
Hey.
Party. There we go. We're back. Look at those faces. It's the faces.
It's just everything.
The beard.
Everything's just so detailed and crisp. It's just beautiful.
The chainmail. Just the little details on the belt buckles. Look at that, Jamie. Look at the belt buckles. These are stunning. They're absolutely stunning. Again, just like their Iron Hills Warriors counterparts, they come on normal bases, not design bases. These guys will be going on Generation Shift Battle of 5 Armies bases all day long. And of course, they've got the swords there as well.
You've got the option to put them on the the Ballista, haven't you? They also don't need to go on bases. They can sit on the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe the front model. The same.
Let's have a little bit of a look at these guys.
So you've got the two there guys there who are loading it in the rear.
Ah.
And they can sit on it if you want them to.
That's very, 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 very cool. So that's a quick little brief look at the Mini. I think that it's probably worth doing another video in the future, like an assembly of this.
I'll leave that to you because I don't own one. I didn't pick it up.
It's one of I think this was probably the one that people might have wavered on.
Yes.
I think people would want the hero and the troops.
Yeah.
And then, if you could, you would get this. Yeah. I think that they had a lot of the kind of £170 sales of 2 boxes of Warriors, a Ballista, and also Dane.
Yeah.
So usually in strategy battle game, we don't see too many siege weapons.
No, but we might see this one.
So we're going to sit down and we're going to discuss its rules right now. So we're going to have a little bit of a look at the rules. Now, we don't see siege weapons across Lord of the Rings that much in the Hobbit strategy battle game. And why is that?
Well, they're just a bit naff, aren't they?
They're quite expensive for
Usually
what they
expensive. They hit one model usually, or an area group of models.
Very random.
Very, very unpredictable, very random, and just generally not worth the points can be better spent.
Yeah, there's a lot of sort of single dice rolls and 4+s to see if good things can happen. And over the course of a game, you might, over the course of 6 games, see something good happen maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
So we don't tend to see them because of the cost, and of course the cost is going to eat away at your troops. Now, is that going to be the case with the Iron Hills Ballista?
It's just shy of a warband. So if you imagine you paid for a hero, this is just shy of a warband.
Okay, yep.
Troops.
Yep.
So you're looking Legolas and Gimli.
Legolas and Gimli kind of marker. So you are eating into your numbers.
Not both together, just one of them.
Yeah. And you're immediately going to be eating into your numbers. And when you're bringing a dwarf army, an army which is small numbers anyway, that is going to hit. So you're probably not going to see this until higher points. Higher points. But what it does, is it worth these points? Let's go through it.
Makes me sad. Right.
This is an anti-elf army.
Yeah. So Ballista itself is strength 8 and defense 10 with 4 wounds. So you're not going to be able to shoot it.
Nope.
Straight up. You shouldn't bother. The crew are the exact same, they don't have shields, they're defense 6, basic, and they don't have the shield wall rule because they don't have shields, unsurprisingly. You can buy an engineer captain for 75 points, a superior construction, which I've forgotten what it does, 15 points, is one of the upgrades for siege weapons, and then additional dwarf crew at 10 points each.
Okay, so it's not cheap.
No.
It's not cheap, but it's is going to do a good job on the battlefield, and not necessarily for what you would necessarily think for, a Ballista or in terms of taking out.
Something they said at the, I guess the keynote that they mentioned, the Atardicon, is that if it happens in the film, they will try and replicate it as best as possible on the battlefield.
And if you watch the extended edition, you know exactly what the Ballista does.
Yeah,
it chops arrows up.
So before we get into that. The siege engine is reliable, which means that when it scatters, it only scatters 3 inches, and the dwarves get to re-roll 1s to hit. So they need 4s to hit, re-rolling 1s.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good odds. Then they have 2 more special rules. The old Twirlie-Whirlies is the name of one.
So it is in there.
Listen, and without going into too much detail, the point where the ballista bolt lands, imagine you draw a line across it, strength 6 arrows can't pass that line.
So anything less than strength 6 shooting can't pass through the line that this thing fires towards as a target. Wow. Well, can't shoot at all.
Can't shoot at all.
Wow.
Well, you can't target anything past that line.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So straight away, what are we probably not going to see? You're probably not going to see people shooting. Well, you're not going to see this thing shooting in a straight line.
No, you're not going to shoot towards the enemy with this. You're going to shoot at an angle and cover your battle line.
Pop it on a flank, corner to corner, because it can hit anywhere on the battlefield.
Yeah, 72 inches for a ballista. Yeah. Right. If you have a weapon that is strength 7 or higher, on a 5+, it gets removed. The bolt, the shot.
Oh.
On a 5+, the shot's ignored.
Okay.
When it crosses that line. On anything less than that, the shot still happens. And so other ballistas.
Yeah.
Which is just other twirly-whirlies.
Other twirly-whirlies. Twirly-whirly off. Twirly-whirly off.
The other interesting thing that you may be thinking of how to play around this is that, well, if you shoot first, and this rule has no effect. The old Twirlie-Whirly shoots, well, it gets to call a heroic shoot for free every turn. No might needs to be expended.
Now that is pretty grim.
Yeah.
If you're playing against that, that is really, really tough.
The thing is, the way it's worded, and Adam and Jay, if you're watching this, think about this. It says the Iron Hills Ballista always counts as calling a heroic shoot. There is no need to spend might. If you were to drop that into an army, you'd within 6 inches of the ballista, all your own troops would get to shoot as well.
That's true, because it's
a heroic shoot.
Heroic shoot.
Models within 6 inches may make a shooting attack.
Wow.
Yeah. So think just maybe that rule should be the Iron Hills Ballista always counts as calling a heroic shoot. This may not affect other models.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just as an idea, if there is any chance of altering the final rules, probably not. It's probably past that point. But maybe just something to think on.
This is definitely an army which is built against shooting. We looked at it when we were looking at the Iron Hills Dwarves Warriors. Going to defense 8, making the strength 3 bows just so unreliable to wound them. So unreliable. And then this is going to probably stop them even getting there in the first place.
Yeah. It's grim.
Because are you going to spend the might to do for the 50-50 roll off to shoot them?
No,
you're not. You're just not going to do it.
Because if you lose that roll off, you just are not shooting.
Yep, absolutely.
As long as they hit. But with 4s, re-rolling 1s, and potentially
charge them.
Do that. That sounds fun.
Yeah. And then Dane takes care of you.
Yeah. So the final thing is that if the Iron Hills Ballista scores a hit against a battlefield target, so any model, it's not terrain or whatnot, all man-sized or smaller models within 2 inches are knocked to the ground, and cavalry must take a thrown rider test.
Oh.
So imagine the chains spinning around as they land.
Oh.
Everyone just gets dismounted and knocked to the ground.
It's pretty good.
Additionally, any model within 2 inches also suffers a strength 4 hit. Just to add that little bit of insult to injury.
Oh, wow.
So that is the Twirlie-Whirlies, and they sound horrific.
They sound really good.
I mean, obviously, if you play up against a combat army, you shoot it into the ranks to try and knock them down. 2 inches from a model is quite a large area.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a shooty army, shoot it across your army to protect them.
It's a multitasking weapon. It's not it's not just for the anti-shooting. The fact that it can do all of that as well.
Yeah.
Because how are you dealing with that? You've got to come at them.
Yeah.
You've got to come at them. And if you're a strength 3 model, if you're strength 3 infantry,
you're gonna have such a rubbish time.
You're a bow army.
Rangers of Gondor just cry a little bit. Rangers of Arnor, I think, just cry.
Absolutely.
When they get drawn against the Iron Hills Dwarves.
I think Wood Elves.
Wood Elves will cry.
Wood Elves.
I struggle with Dwarves as it is.
Yeah.
Don't need it to be defense 8 and ignore all my shooting.
This is absolutely an army built to fight against Thranduil's army at the Battle of 5 Armies.
Yeah.
And it very much feels like that in the rules. And I guess that's a testimony to the guys who are writing the rules.
Yeah.
Hi!
Hello.
It's a testimony to those guys that they managed to sort of reflect something which happens in the movie, which you might not be a fan of that in the movie, but it happens.
Yep.
And therefore, it's good that it's coming in the game. And they've definitely reflected what it does in
pretty
the movie.
well, yeah.
Because that moment in the extended version is kind of a little bit like, what?
So cool. It also makes me wonder if it would work in practice. Because why has no nation in history done that before?
Well, you're a man of history, right?
Yeah,
so
I can't think of anything.
Can't think of any reason why not. Well, you have to go away and design it. Did they actually design it to see if it actually works? The guys at Weta, you'd imagine so, the way they operate.
Mythbusters should get on this.
Mythbusters, I know that you're watching this. Make sure you check out, is a Twirlie-Whirly really possible? And you guys as subscribers, make sure you comment below. Do you agree with our assessment? We think that it's a gorgeous miniature. We think that it's probably, although we've not really got a lot to go off, I'm glad that I've got one, but you can imagine a lot of people, that would be the thing that they would maybe drop. It looks like it's going to be something which is for higher points games.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's definitely a kind of 700 plus point thing. I reckon.
Yeah. High end points, definitely.
High end points. You know, if you're going to try and get that in lower, as fun as it would be, it sounds like it can do a lot as well. You're going to really miss out on your dwarves because of cost of your heroes.
But I think, like, say at 1,000 points, all you do is take one, sit with this big line of dwarves, and go, no shooting for you this turn. No shooting for you this turn.
Yeah.
Come
and in
to
the
me.
meantime,
Come to me.
In the meantime, you're taking the strength 8 hit. Strength 8.
Yes.
Yeah, the strength 8 hit. Everybody around is knocked down and takes a strength 4 hit. Come at me, bro.
It just
Come at me.
sounds painful. Sounds painful.
And I think one of the really cool things is just how different some of these things are
Yeah,
from
I
what
mean,
we've already got.
It sounds painful because we don't know how to deal with it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you get it on the table, you learn it, you go, okay, maybe it's not as powerful as it looks initially.
Absolutely, and I imagine that you're going to get quite a lot of content across all of the YouTube in SBG nations. Very soon, because all of them are at Ardacon.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're getting their dwarves ready, getting their Twirlie-Whirlies ready, some battle report action. So make sure you keep an eye and check out all those guys. I'm really excited to see what they can do and painting these guys up. And I'd say maybe coming against them.
Yeah.
Especially the type of army that I take, I would like to challenge myself against this kind of army.
I guess. Until they find that one bolt in it, your army's dismounted.
It's all going to be about making sure that you get your gill ball measuring sticks out.
2
and make
inches
sure everything
around.
everything is
outside of 2 inches of each other.
Absolutely. I wonder as well, Smaug.
Mm.
You know, against Smaug. Against Smaug. Shooting attack? Oh no, it's more than strength.
So it's strength 7, but on a 5 up, it removes the fire. Strange interaction. So I upon reading that, I was like, breathe fire from a dragon would need like a 2 or 3 to hit, and then they'd get a chance on a 5+ just to remove all the fire from the Twirly by using the Twirlie-Whirly. I imagine that the propeller just pushes the fire away.
Absolutely. So I know that we're excited to see all of this and to see how it works and to see how to beat it. So I hope you guys are as well. Make sure as ever that you comment below and get involved in the conversation. It's been really cool doing some unboxings again.
Yes, it has been.
And with this man as well. So don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Make sure that you support your Hobbit host by clicking the links in the video description below.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy dunking.